Recently, students from the Bequia Community High, Adelphi Secondary and Colonarie Primary School paid a visit to the Argyle International Airport as part of an educational tour. And as has become the custom, they were warmly welcomed to the site and given a quick update on what is taking place here with the construction of the airport. Following the update, I asked the students from Bequia how they thought having an international airport on the mainland would benefit them. One young lady answered this way.
Increase tourists.
That is like the obvious thing that would happen. Thank you very much. It will increase tourism. More people will come to St. Vincent as a result of the airport, as a result of direct access to St. Vincent. Flights will become cheaper. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a beautiful country. We have it all. Unlike other Caribbean countries that depend solely on one or two things, St. Vincent has a variety of things, right? And the Grenadines is a big time part of all that we have. When it comes to water and the white sand beaches, because we have it on the mainland, and all the other things that you do down there to attract tourists, plus the ecotourism that is thriving on the mainland, all the sailing, the yachting is a big part of everything. St. Vincent is a multi-dynamic tourist destination, and with a little development of our nightlife, we can go a lot of places. So when you have more tourists coming to St. Vincent, a lot more will be directed towards the Grenadines, because a lot of them come and they just go straight to the Grenadines anyway. So when they come here and they park their private jets there, they take a smaller plane down the road to the Grenadines. It means you have more work down there to do. It means you may have to expand or develop the hotels you already have down there. More people will be employed in every area of hospitality. And not just that. I told a schooling union the other day that some of the people in the Grenadines need to start looking at other professions like plumbing and electrician and those kind of things. Because if you have more hotels, now you need more people to service the plumbing. You need more people to deal with the electricity, the wirings, and making sure maintenance part of it. So rather than having people from up here coming down all the time to do that work, you guys could do some of that work down there, you know, and keep the jobs down there yourself, right? So it is going to benefit everybody in one way or the other. It's going to benefit. And when they come in and they pay whatever fees they got to pay here, monies will be pumped into the Grenadines to develop even further the tourism infrastructure down there. So it's important for all of us to have this airport up and running.
On the other end of the site, the teachers, parents and students from Colonarie were getting their own updates, and following that, they were very vocal about what they had just seen.
I'm very pleased with what I have seen here. What I'm hearing on the radio and seeing today is something different. And I want to commend you all for the good hard work that you are doing. The Prime Minister for doing such an international airport for us, that when we get to Barbados or Trinidad or so forth, we don't have to, you're coming from America, you don't have to land down in these places. You come straight, you go from here straight to your destination. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing that is going on here. This is the best thing is going on in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I thank you all and continue to do the good works.
I want to thank the Prime Minister for this international airport. If we are going to anywhere, we will land there right away and we will land back here safely.
My name is Richardson. I'm a teacher at the Colonarie Primary School. Today we are taking our students on an educational tour to see what is really going on at the international airport, and I must say it's indeed a big project, and I must commend the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for taking this brave step. We know that there are persons who might be against this project, but I must say this is a big project for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we must be on board, support it, and I am anticipating that moment when I will be flying from this international airport.
I am the principal of the Colonarie Primary School, Mrs. Mignon Walters, and I am pleased to visit this site today. As we can see here, it's better to get first-hand experience, and it's really a beautiful project. We are thanking God for the mighty long way that He has brought us, and we are trusting him who has started this project to finish it, because our God is a God who doesn't leave us hang up. So we are trusting him to finish. We thank our Prime Minister for initiating this project. Without him, we would not have been able to talk about an international airport. And Mr. Prime Minister, may God bless you. This whole country is behind you 100%. We are praying for you, and God is going to help you. You do not mind the criticism. Just use them as stepping stone to the finish of this project.
And as the interest of students in the construction of the Argyle International Airport continue to grow, we also welcomed students from the Bequia Primary School. This tour was conducted by production assistant CosAnn Weeks, who ensured that both students and teachers were brought fully up to date on the progress of the project.
Behind you, that is our soil testing lab, and it's there that we test all the material that we find here on the site to ensure that it's runway ready, so that when the planes are landing, you don't have any crumbling of the material underneath. Now, when our airport is finished, the planes would be coming in from that end, the southern end, and they would taxi their way to the terminal building and take off over the Peruvian Vale area, like they're going to the countryside. But it's being built with two heads, so in the event that there's a problem landing here, they can land from the opposite direction. Now our runway is going to be 9,000 feet long. That's standard international size, and it's going to be 150 feet wide.
Following this part of the tour, the teachers had some questions for which they sought answers.
We come from that end,
yes.
Right? So this is the road to Warwick. So when the airport is finished, what end does the road occur?
All right, I'm glad you asked. When the airport is finished, you can possibly drive on the site to get to Warwick and behind Mount Pleasant. So right now we have a road under construction behind where those two mountains were over there, where I told you that we started. A road is under construction behind there. It's going to start in the Monco corner, come right around to the old Warwick road down there, and come right back up on the road that you just drove on. So that road would be developed into a two-lane road, and it would stop at the old Argyle Bridge.
A lot about the wind in terms of the smaller planes. And we know generally the wind out here is very strong. How are they going to combat that when the airport is finished?
Okay, as it relates to the smaller planes, before we started construction here, we had to begin some wind studies. We are in about 5 years or so, and we still have another year or so to go. And so far the wind studies haven't shown that the wind out here would affect the smaller planes. However, if at the end of the study it shows that it will affect them, in the master plan we already acquired space for a crosswind runway.
Is the terminal and its target that was planned to finish?
Yes, the terminal is on schedule, and I think it's actually a little bit ahead of schedule. It's about 75% completed right now, and they're aiming to finish around September of this year, but their contract date is in December. This is our passenger terminal building. We are operating on 135,000 square feet of land, and our building is going to have 3 floors. Up here is your arrival section, down here your departure. Everybody got that? Yes. Your ground floor is where you're going to do your general check-in and check-out. The first floor, that's where you're going to have your food court, your duty-free shops, the offices for persons managing the building. I think it's going to have a conference room as well. All those buildings would be on the first floor. The top floor is basically right in the middle there. And that is what we refer to as a mezzanine floor. And that is going to have VIP and CIP lounges. In front here, what you're seeing leveled off here is the area for our parking lot. And when it is finished, it would be able to accommodate up to 250 vehicles at one point in time. The road that you drove in on is going to be developed into a 2-lane road, and that would take you directly to this building. There would be a separate road for the cargo terminal, but they would be connected. In the event that there's a problem here, you could use that one to get to the building.
You too can get a guided tour of the Argyle International Airport. Just give us a call at 458-0333 to make arrangements. In the meantime, remember that our contributory fund is still open at the Bank of SVG, account number 200884.